Hi, this is Habiba. In this session, we are going to do step 4 in evaluating a measurement model. The step 4 is the evaluation of discriminant validity for the model. What is the discriminant validity? Discriminant validity is actually extent to which each construct is empirically distinct from the other constructs in the model. And Forner-Larker 1981 proposed a criteria which shows that the ABE of each construct should be compared to the squared inter-construct correlation, which is a measure of the shear variance, that how much variance a construct share with the other constructs. So we will these are the correlation of EDE with the rest of the construct. We will find the square root of this correlation, and then these square roots of the correlation should be lower than the ABE of that construct. So it means the number on top should be, which is the ABE, should be higher than the square of inter-construct correlation in the reflective model. But we have for EDE we have no issue, but there is some issue we can find in case of GW construct. But research indicates how that this matrix, that is Forner-Larker criteria, is not suitable for discriminant validity assessment. And Hensler et al. 2015 shows that the Forner-Larker criteria does not perform well, particularly when the indicator loadings on the construct differ only slightly. For example, all the indicator loadings are between 0.65 and 0.85. As a replacement, Hensler et al. 2015 proposed HTMT, which is heterotrade monotrade ratio, and is defined as a mean of the value of the items correlation across construct relative to the mean of the average correlation for item measuring the same construct. So discriminant validity, the threshold level for this discriminant validity at 0.85, and as we have mentioned earlier, it shows the item value, that it shows the mean value of the item correlation. We find the mean of items correlation across the constructs and related to the mean of the average correlation for the items measuring the same construct. So as we have mentioned earlier, the threshold value is 0.85. Here we have because if the value is more than 0.85 seems problematic, but here we don't have any of the value more than 0.85. So we can say that in our K model the discriminant validity is established. Hensler et al. 2015 proposed a threshold value of 0.9 for structural models with constructs that are conceptually very similar, such as cognitive satisfaction, affective satisfaction, and loyalty. But when the constructs are conceptually more distinct, a lower, more conservative threshold level is suggested, such as 0.85, as per Hensler 2015. And in addition to these guidelines, you can use the Bootstrap, which can be applied to test whether the HTMT value is significantly different from 1, or a lower threshold value such as 0.85 or 0.9, which should be defined on the basis of the study context, as per Frank and Sarstedt 2019. So as I mentioned earlier, we always focus on the context of the study, so the interpretations are more oriented, context oriented, and more specifically the researchers can examine if the upper bound of the 95% confidence interval of HTMT is lower than 0.9 or 0.85. So these are the 4 steps we have mentioned in measurement model. Now we will go to the Bootstrap, and there are some metrics which we will use in the structure model also. Which one of them is R square, which shows the explanatory power of the model, and we will focus on our mean endogenous variable, which is WE, with the adjusted R square is 41.6%. As we have multivariable multi-construct model, we will go for the adjusted R square. And as we have the cross-sectional data, so 41.6% is quite good for the cross-sectional data. And if we go for the off square, it shows effect size. In case of F square, you can see that the effect size for ED to WE is this relationship is meaningful, but we will, when we will run the bootstrap, we will see that whether it is significant or not. Okay, the third thing we are going to do about structural model is a model fit, in which we will discuss the SRMR value, and we will go for the estimated model. Here we have the value 0.087, though the threshold was 0.080, so we might have some issues here. NFI is quite good, it's approaching 1. And let's see what's the collinearity statistics. VIF stands for variance inflation factor. It shows that how much each predictor construct or predictor variable is quite distinct from the other variables, and should not be collinearity among those predictor constructs. So here we have all the values below 3, so we can see that we have no collinearity issues. Thank you.